guys, in this segment we just want to wrap things up. I know it's very confusing and a lot to get your head around, all of these segments, but it's a study that must be undertaken if we're going to get anywhere near the point of getting ourselves out of this cube box prison.
Right, know thy enemy.
Know thy enemy. If you want to try and make a difference, then get your head around it. That's all there is to it. It's difficult. It's confusing. It's designed to be confusing. Would you say?
Right, not when you start like looking at like through numerical terms and start understanding the numbers.
Yeah. Well, I think today's problem is there's people on the hamster wheel, so there's no time for them to get anywhere near the depth that we can go to with a little bit of time. And in fact, even if they do work, if they just switch the TV off or go into another room and read or try and, you can't get all of your answers from a book, but have a close look at the world, have a sit down, talk with yourself and try and work out what the hell's going on. Look at the signs and the symbols. So start with the signs and the symbols and the numbers. And that's your beginning block, yeah? That's where you start from. And then you sit down in reflection and you try and put the pieces together yourself, because no one's going to do it for you.
No.
People can leave code symbols in front of you, or you've got the other side, which is misleading you with advertisement codes and symbols. They're misleading you on purpose. It's an inside joke. It's an inside job, yeah? And they know that these symbols and codes and all these meanings have an effect on your brain. The black magic element, yeah? So, what do you reckon? Explain to the people how this really fits into where we are, or how it's important.
Well, one of the biggest things on the planet at this point in time is Facebook.
Yeah.
You've got people on Facebook all the time tapping
But
away.
It's not being used for an advantage to make people's lives better.
No, it's profiling people. Shows the danger.
Well, we should all become the fucking danger.
Should learn this the alphabet code.
And danger to what exactly? Their fucking system, which rapes, pillages and murders everybody, really, eventually. It comes round, doesn't it? It's a loop. So when they've had the way with the poor, with the sick, disabled, or that country, they'll target. This is why the UN symbol is very important, because it's a target on the earth, yeah? So we're all under attack.
And it's got 33 segments on it.
Yeah. So we're all under attack here, and this is why people must do something. Anything they can.
It's a spiritual attack, but if you know what you're looking at when you go out into the world, when you read newspapers, it's always these symbols. Just like when you read the Bible takes hold of the religious folks' minds. It has an effect on the heart, and then that's why they're stuck in that. No, Jesus is going to come to save us. No, it's not. It's that they're in touch with it.
They've got to save themselves. They've got to understand what the Bible is, and it's a code and it's a script. It's physics, isn't it? It's high physics, right? Black magic again. So, what can we do as average Joe to try and get out of this situation that we're in?
Let's start from the beginning.
Beginning of what?
Well, everything you've learned, like throughout
it's
your
bullshit.
life. It is shite, but just put in a little box in the back of your mind, and when you do the numbers, then slowly make a connection. Like I was saying to you before about the owl, low, and keeping a low key, and then you've got low key, the god of mischief and stuff like that.
So, are you fearful of this big encroaching new world order? Do you think it's going to come and sledgehammer you?
I'm not fearful for myself, but the world as a whole, I'm fearful.
Yeah.
That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm revealing secrets, but you've got to look into it, learn numerical value, and start seeing your everyday words. Like iPod's 18. 666, it's got the apple on with a bite taken out, and everyone seems to be knowledgeable nowadays. And that's what they've done.
Well, it's not knowledgeable, it's filling the brain with shite. Yeah? They're knowledgeable about nothing in particular. And we've experienced this, on the Facebook fucking facade, yeah? People attacking from left, right, and centre, saying that even one guy saying that I'm profane, and he's I asked him to ask me a question: how are you profound and I'm profane? Oh, it's because I've read a book more than you. Yeah. So how's that equal knowledge? You're just regurgitating and thinking that you're something you're not. As I stated earlier, that you've got to sit and work it out for yourself. Read the books, gain the knowledge, then work it out and come to your own what's the word? Conclusion, yeah. Put your own ending and your own finger on the map, yeah.
The thing I'm doing with alphabet, it's like Alistair Crowley's teachings, but obviously I'm not like a member of any society or anything, so whatever I say, I'm not being killed for it. So
yeah, but should we all go into that dark side? I mean, we can work it out without him, surely.
I know, but he's a big hitter. He's like a major figure, like an influential figure from.
He fucked goats, mate.
He was,
you know?
like whatever he fucked, it's. You know,
it's what?
Down to him. I'm not interested in that bit at all. I'm interested in the numbers over people's minds, and people are being led all over the place by the alphabet. Like I was saying, everyone uses Facebook. When you do that numerical code thing, Facebook adds up to 32, and for those that know, like the number 32 as well as the number 33, it's a sacred number to Freemasons. Like,
yeah.
And them are the ones in the know, and they know the effect of these symbols over people's minds.
Consciousness, yeah.
So
where are we here? Where are we? I mean, this is a big question, yeah. Where the fuck are we in terms of what we call the human? I mean, even that term, the human race, have turned it into a race. Okay.
No, what's it called? The human race for?
It's not a fucking race at all. We've got it all backwards, right? But where the hell are we in terms of where we're going, where we want to be? Do people even know who they are, where they want to go? I mean, what people have got is digits and numbers in the brain because they want to get.
That creates a character.
Yeah,
it's a silent double crossing.
In their brains, where they want to go to is have this happy slavey job, and you got your 2 kids and what 2.0,
2.4 children.
Yeah, and all that stuff.
So jobs and mortgages.
Yeah, I mean, that's fulfillment in this modern day reality. But is it fulfillment? Are they going to be happy with that? I mean, seriously, no. I mean, this is why suicide rates are just through the roof. I mean, I lost my mother to that kind of shit, you know? Everyone's lost someone through this because we're living an unnatural life. There's something wrong, okay? And this is not being addressed. What they're doing is putting plasters on the brain, you know? You go to your doctor, they give you some pills, and you're putting a plaster on your brain. Well, it's not going to heal the brain because the brain's inside the temple and the skull. It's a spiritual thing, yeah? So the whole thing is backwards, basically. And what is your solution to that conundrum?
Well, that's what they're doing, is they're filling the people's minds with these symbols. So what you've got to do is get rid of them. And when you get rid of them, then the light will come to you. When I say the light, like your heart will kick in rather than like being brain led. It's like it's a different way altogether. It's a different game altogether.
Alright. Well, you know what people do with this video, for example, they'll just say, "Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist, tinfoil hat, nut job." I mean, it's the knee-jerk reaction to something they don't fully comprehend. Yeah, it's the obvious one, isn't it? If I didn't understand something, what would I do? Oh, you're a loony. It's obvious. You can see what they're doing because they're not on the same length of wavelength. All this, they're not the same. You know, the vibration. Ike, carry on, but they're not like. There's some truth to that. They're not on the same playing field, you know, because they don't have the ability to spend time, look at what's going on in a dissecting manner. A bit like a detective. They haven't got that ability. They do face value only. Yeah, this is why they're so easily led, isn't it? Pretty much. The sheeple is what we call them. or what the term has been called.
Me, I call it sheeple because Jesus is the shepherd in it.
So again, Lee, what should people do? What
notice
are
it.
you doing? What are you doing to change this world?
Showing the numbers game over your mind. I've got a Facebook page there.
Yeah.
If you have a look on that, there's like 700, 800 photographs there. From food, TV, films, fashion.
And we'll put a description in the link. I mean, we're just starting out with this, but like
you got fashion. You got fashion. A lot of people wear that G-star stuff,
yeah.
and that's a Masonic symbol. G-star.
Well, fashion itself is where you get the term fascism. Yeah.
People are fascinated.
You know, fascination,
Oh.
fascism, all it. Or G-star. I mean, the God Star, Dog Star, Sirius. You know.
Right, well, the word G-star adds up to 33, and like if you have a look at the clothing, the clothing's got 33 written on it.
Oh, it's the
G-star
whole
raw, which just means like
the whole industry's run by this, whatever you want to call it, power, illusion of power maybe. It's only power because we allowed it to happen, isn't it? We fell asleep and we've allowed them to do what they want to do, yeah? And they've all put us in this little pen, sheep pen, ironically, and where they can experiment on us, put you know, codes and food additives and all this in there and see what the results are, and you know, how does this socialism thing work, how does communism work. We can experiment and try that and try this. These are all experiments because they're trying to unlock the genetic code, aren't they?
How does sugar work?
That's poison.
They put sugar in all the foods.
Sweet poison.
Aye, but sickly sweet.
Well, what does it do? What's the end result
It
with?
races the brain a bit. The brain goes a bit forward. So when you're giving your kids sweets, like that, when you're actually trying to tell your child off, your child kind of like take on board what's being told to the child. The child answers back like automatically straight away, like answers you back. People think like, oh, it doesn't do nothing, does the same as fruit and all that, and it's being done that, but sugar's actually a drug.
Yeah.
You've got everyone dropping down with diabetes and things like that.
Well, exactly. That's what I was going to come to.
All the sugars in the foods and drinks and everything.
Well, what you get with sugar is you get this hyper kind of effect, and then you get the brain dead effect, the up and the down. Yeah, what goes up must come down.
Oh.
So you've got the hyper sugar effect, and you've got the lethargic, nothing there.
Well, if you do this alphabet thing, then we can bring them down. Or it depends if you've got the heart for it.
Actually, let's go into like, well, look at the race of humans. They require possessions, and the whole word possession is a biblical one for being possessed, yeah.
Oh.
And we look at the photo in the background there. You've got people with phones and all this shit. So we're all getting obsessed with material stuff here, clogging you up. So I think that's what it's there. It's interference, isn't it?
To stop you. Well, if you're concentrating on words and stuff like that, then you kind of concentrate on yourself and you kind of realise what you really are, which is.
Well, that's exactly what they're trying to do.
That's the aim of the game. Is these symbols, the black magic rune stones. And they're cast over people's minds. So it's a case of getting on top of the rune stones, knowing what they are, and going and help your fellow man.
Well, way beyond that. Neighbour doesn't speak to neighbour anymore, does it?
No.
It's a mess. It's a mess beyond repair, it seems.
Oh.
But I think there's always life finds a way, as Jeff Goldblum said in Jurassic Park.
Oh, I was going to say the flag.
It finds a way, so I'm sure where there's a will, there's a way, apparently. So,
there you go. It's in the words itself.
So I'm sure we can get out of this mess as long as we pay attention to what we're doing and what we're doing to each other. That's an important thing, like the effect that we have on each other. So, yeah, this is going to be that, and thanks for viewing if you've watched it and sat through the whole series. If you haven't sat through the whole series, I suggest you do, and try and take what you can from it. If you can't get it on board, then it's okay, don't worry about it, but say bye, Lee.
Bye, Lee.
Anyway, thanks for your view, and Live long and prosper, I suppose.